identify what's
the
changing about identity.
The Super Identity Project is a multidisciplinary project involving people from disciplines such as social psychology, forensic psychology, computer science, law and biometrics, all working together to explore this concept of cyber and physical identity and what we're calling a super identity. Technology is rapidly advancing and people are living more of their lives online as well as in the physical world. And this gives a whole new means for people to portray and display their identity in these arenas.
Working in the area of forensic psychology, my purpose is to find out ways in which those identity methods really help us secure evidence coming to court or a conviction in a court setting. Within the Super Identity Project, that means that I'm trying to understand very much how we represent identity in the physical world. How might that link to personality, and how might that link to digital identity?
At Bath, we're focusing on studies in the cyber world and looking at identity online. So we've done a number of studies looking at how people portray themselves in online environments and whether that differs depending on the context. For example, if they're online dating versus if they are seeking a job.
Currently, some of the work that we're doing at Bath is looking at the social acceptability of the Super ID model. We've been asking people to do various exercises to try to gauge their opinion and attitude around personal information and privacy, particularly in online settings. So an example of one of these exercises is asking individuals to create an avatar of themselves. And this was really to facilitate a discussion around the types of information individuals may be providing in an online environment and how different identity attributes as well as personality attributes can come out of a creator's avatar. Another stream of work going on at Bath at the moment is looking at how people use touchscreen technology. So for instance, we'll have individuals come in and use a smartphone, making swipe patterns with their thumb. And from that, we can potentially predict their age range, their gender, potential expertise with that device, as well as thumb length, which can lead to numerous other biometric measures. So the touchscreen study will directly feed into the identity attributes we're using for the super identity model in terms of how we identify individuals.
Another set of really interesting studies that we're doing is around the ethics and social acceptability, which is very important in this area. And we're working with 15 to 19-year-olds over a 2-year period, carrying out workshops with them on a monthly basis, looking at different elements of identification and identity and finding out what's socially acceptable for people to take in these measures. And all of this work is going in to inform a model of identity, and this model enables you to look between the different identity measures and match them. We're calling it transform. So you look at a transform from a physical piece of data to a cyber piece of data, and you'll have a confidence level in that. So we're looking at how confident we are that this particular piece of information gives you somebody's identity. So you'll be less confident in some measures than you will be in others. You're going to be very confident of something like an iris scan, and you might be less confident about how somebody's writing on a blog, for instance.
My team's focus on the Super Identity Project is on the construction of the overarching model, the model that brings together all of these different ways in which we expose our identities and our psychologies online and offline. And ultimately, it is this computation model that's going to enable people to use super identity.
So the project's really exciting because it enables us to explore identity from a number of different viewpoints, and the interdisciplinary views that will come into this from this team of experts that we have got in different areas on the project mean that hopefully we'll end up with an exciting prototype and a number of studies and user case studies. And for us at Bath, what's really exciting is that we can bring our psychology and human-computer interaction input into the project and use that to inform identity and who we are in the 21st century.